Alright guys, so we did open higher, and we fell from there. I took the opportunity right around, what time was it? We sold my 380 call at 9:31, so just after the open, which was obviously a little bit early, but on the grand scheme of things, pretty smart move. It took a little bit of a profit on that, and then in the midst of this move higher, I utilized that opportunity to open up a put, and I'm glad I did because that thing has depreciated like double in value already. I got a 351 put expiring on the 21st. My plan is okay, so we have the open higher. Yeah, okay, so we had an open higher with the strife kind of pattern right here, followed by the love card. You could say this is the love card, you could say this is the love card, but I'd say that this is probably the love card because then around the open we have a brief opportunity at a peak that's easily missed, and you can see that that's the indolence card right there, easily missed, right? And we have a sharp decline from that, and then the worry card, 10 o'clock, a decline to and through a support level to meet another support level, and then we move sideways along that support. Coming up on 11 o'clock where there's going to be an important a critical price level, technical price level that's highlighted, I think, probably as a resistance. We may even attempt to establish it as support. Yeah, we may even attempt to establish that price level as support midday. It looks like there's a pretty big move midday. Looks like there's a midday spike to the upside, followed by a full retracement and some pretty significant retracement. But remember, today is an opportunity to position oneself in both directions. So I would say that probably this midday price level that's going to be significant. Should be highlighted as a Princess of Swords price level. Hopped on. I took the opportunity here to get out of the call I purchased yesterday. First small profit, I did a little bit early, but better off safe than sorry with this indolence card. Easily missed high, so I was a little early. There's that indolence card, the easily missed high, right? And then in the midst of this little bit of a rally here, I opened up put. 351 put expires on the 21st. I purchased that. It's always the best bet. It's always your bet. It's not always going to work. Most of the time it'll work though when you see the universal to just be on the short side, the bearish side of things. When you see universal, it's gonna pan out in your favor. I'd say probably 95% of the time, maybe 98% of the time. When you start incorporating in like the placement of it, like near the beginning of a day with a gap and things like that, then it gets a little tricky. Majority of it, when you see that universal. Wonder if that's the last one. I feel like there was another one in here. It might have been the Novembers. There's a unicursal in the Novembers too. I guess that's it. And so I'm short right now, but another chart window. So there should be some, some sideways rotation here, like this is a support here roughly. We don't go back below it again. Let's say it becomes a support. Up here, like sometimes when there's things that are kind of like touching on the actual piece of paper with the date on it, I even read the placement of things around that, like the placement of where things land in relation to other things on like the cards and the everything, but their placement on the actual felt, this blue background here, tells me things about timing, tells me things about price. It's an X and Y axis. An X and a Y axis. I don't know why I can't say that properly right now. An X and a Y axis. It sounds silly when I say it out loud. I don't know why. But if you just hopped on, I'm definitely on the short side right now. Closed out of my call that I purchased yesterday there, a little early. Opened up a put right around here, still a little bit early, but even so, in the grand scheme of things, very, very good move. So now we're riding this put. We've doubled. It's appreciated in value more than double right now. So my plan really is because I'm at my pattern day trading limit on day trades. I got the number 3 on my counter. So I can't place another day trade without getting flagged and then at the 90-day hold where I can't place any day trades. Really pain in the ass. That's how they keep the little guy remaining the little guy. Otherwise, they would have free reign to become, if they're really, really good, to become super rich. But there's a ceiling there that they keep us capped at. So you have to play very slowly. Like not having a day trade is extremely risky, guys. But so there are ways to circumvent that issue, and the reason why I did place another trade today, knowing that I didn't have a day trade, is because I see this relatively large move happening. And when you get a big move with options, you can put on a leg, like a short leg on your long leg, and create a vertical spread, and get paid for that vertical spread. So you're basically, in essence, you're taking back the money. You're taking back more money than you spent on the long leg because you allowed it to ride. And then you put on the short. right? So you're taking back more money than you put on originally, and it's almost like having a day trade. You're getting the money that you spent back. It's just there's a little, you have to have a big move, otherwise it doesn't really work out in your favor. So that's my plan, is to create a vertical. Probably midday, early afternoon. And then it looks, we've got this extension of the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands, Princess of Wands, all very, very similar energies. Well, the Ace of Wands is the same energy. But the Princess of Wands also very similar energy to the Ace of Wands. They share the same relationships. A lot of Ace of Discs in there too. Well, in any case, so we have this move higher. We open higher on Monday. It looks like there's a rally early morning, offering that opportunity to position oneself for another downturn. Starting like mid-morning, after there's that like high there, we poke through resistance and then come back down around like the 10 to 11 o'clock hour. So what I'll do is I'll put on a long leg around the time that I create the vertical put spread by putting on a short leg. I will likely right around the same time put on a long by a call with the intent to sell that call in the morning on Monday. So the morning on Monday we've got 5 of discs energy in actuality. We see the 3 of swords here, but when we look at the dailies, we're able to fine tune exactly where that 3 of swords energy takes place. So the S&P 500 readings are going to be notably more accurate. Well, there's not much more room to go, but they'll be more accurate than the other monthlies that I do, because the other monthlies I don't do dailies on top of them to pinpoint exactly where these energies take place on the timeline. But here, with the S&P 500 one, I do that because I do all the dailies. The dailies are like control. They're like the. I took a lot of labs in some of my the colleges that I went to, and never finished, by the way. It got boring, but I took a lot of labs, and so I kind of like followed that same mentality when I started doing these tarot readings by the day, predicting by the hour, and so they became kind of like this control point where like all of my studies, all of my like figuring out the patterns and relationships and things like that, it all was done with the S&P 500 rather than like different stocks and whatnot. It got very confusing if I paid attention to all sorts of different things while developing this system. So in his 5 of discs energy, a decline 2 and through support level, leave another support level, and then we bounce around sideways up on that support. We got a lot of that energy. So we got the 3 of swords energy today towards the end of the day, right? That's very helpful. That's very helpful. Okay, so I was trying to read this daily, but that makes a lot of sense. 3 of swords energy at the end of the day, because this is a. Come on. What the hell? Why is it doing? Wow, that's so annoying. Oh my god. When these were created, by the way, if you haven't seen this before, all of the October daily readings were created on August 4th. They didn't post August 4th because there's about 3 hours of work involved in actually figuring out the pattern relationships and that sort of stuff. but the original photograph of the reading was taken on August 4th. That's when we laid the cards out. Oh, and there we go. I should have noticed that before we got the Three of Swords energy right there, the actual Three of Swords, right? So I would like to think that we would see this right here as the resistance that we see from 11 to 12. My sense is that is not the case. There is a big move midday. Same thing goes for midday, and then at the end of the day as well. And I would have thought like we'd see the same price levels there. Wouldn't that be something? If it did end up being the same price level, I mean, it's possible that that move midday is so big that it brings us back to the same price level, and we see the same price level we had in the morning again. And the reason why I say that is because the relationship to the theme card being the Princess of Swords, or a good opportunity to position oneself in both directions using option strategies like straddles or strangles, or maybe covered equity position. But so the relationship on the timeline to that card happens 3 times. It happens here in the morning, it happens just before midday, and then it happens around the close. So there is a chance that we see the same price level. If we shoot all the way back up here, midday, chances are we'd probably see that same price level again at the end of the day. If we see it again midday, then chances are we'd see it again at the end of the day. But more likely, there's quite a bit of volatility going on that's coming our way, and that's why there's an opportunity in several places today at different price levels to position yourself in both directions. Spot to that strong move higher. Wow. There's like a whipsaw midday. A whipsaw midday, yeah. Big move higher and then a drop. Interesting. So I could technically if I sell that call against my if I sell a put against my 351, so if I sell a 350 put against my 351 put at the right time, I'll actually have been paid to put on the vertical put spread, right? And then on top of that, here's that push higher, right? I'd be able to buy another put, and then when it drops, do the same thing again, sell against it, and then have two like doubled up basically on those contracts. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It looks like this is a move. We have that move early. I might have missed my opportunity to do what I just said, but in the grand scheme of things, I see us opening pretty. There's another sharp drop, so however high we go there, we're coming back down pretty hard. Okay, yeah. So there's a really big move to the upside happening, guys, because we've got this. It just occurred to me the strength card is out of a decline, right? A big move higher from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of the range. So that's a significant move. This is probably a range right here. Guys, happy Friday. It's also the end of the Mercury retrograde shadow period. I stopped trading today. Supposed to. There's that crest on the 19th. Chart, it looks like we're bumping up on that resistance now. Matter of fact, it's 200-day moving average resistance on a 10-minute chart. And remember, there's sideways fluctuations with a bearish trend today on the on the 14th on the overview. We have Empress energy early in the morning. Sideways fluctuations with a bearish trend that precedes a rally. We got Empress energy throughout the day, matter of fact, not just early morning. So we'll see some like fluctuations here, you know. Looks like we're coming up on the 1-minute chart. We're coming up on the upper end of RSI relatively fast. That's bearish, if you ask me. Yeah, and there's that big move to the upside. So we're going to establish support maybe temporarily. Oh, we're not? See, when my dog starts barking, he's telling me things. His name is Hermes for a reason. Messenger of the gods. People think Hermes was a god. He was a herald of the gods. He communicated the messages of the gods to men. And Hermes does very much the same type of thing for me. So. play. Is the mic better now or no? Is the mic better now, or? I got so many cool comments over the last few days. A lot for this Venu reading. People really like this Venu reading. Tom as well. Oh my gosh, I got so much stuff coming out, guys. This is an exciting month. I think this is a month that really, like, we're gonna see big changes as far as like followers and things coming in. Like as far as money, we really need to start making money on this channel, guys. I dropped easily $100,000 last year on this channel. I don't have that kind of money. So, you know, I'm doing this for the betterment of mankind, guys. To prove that anything is possible, anything you put your mind to, and that you can, even more so. I'm providing undeniable, unequivocal evidence that extrasensory perception and paranormal phenomenon exists and can be used practically in the real world, and nobody can argue with me. You can't argue with me. Unless you want to like just ignore the facts, and then nobody will take you seriously. Hey Philip, how's my sound, Philip? Is it okay now? Before it wasn't so good. Wow, we have 900 in the last year, guys. We put out 905 free videos, free predictions, 905 of them in a year. That's almost 3 per day for an entire year. And if I do hold true to the goal that I have in mind throughout the rest of the year, we'll be over 1,000 by the end of the month. Well, maybe not the end of the month, but definitely by the end of November, and we'll be probably up in the 1100s on how many videos we have by the end of the year. Cool, thanks Philip. I have a portable AC unit running in my room right now because we have to replace the AC unit in the actual, like the one that does the central AC. And it takes quite a few days because there's other apartments that are connected to the same power strip or power line. I don't know what it is, water maybe, I guess. In any case, that thing's kind of loud, so I think I've probably been listening to my music louder than normal just because I got this loud background white noise. So I was telling people, since you just hopped on, dude, I took the opportunity. We opened higher as expected. I took the opportunity there to sell my call. I hate it when the bars come in. did it around here a little bit early, but I still took in a little bit of a profit on that call, and then right around this price level here, I opened up a put. Glad that I did. It's always better, like, my sense is it's always a good idea when you're kind of like on the fence about certain things, behavior-wise, which the Princess of Swords will do that. And you see a unicursal, I'll go with the bearish side of things. So we had that, right, and then we had the indolence, brief high that's easily missed, right? Which is why I say this was the Lover's card. Right, we had a move higher that started about here, right? We broke out through this resistance. A move higher that started about here, went all the way back down to there. That's the Lover's card, full retracement, right? We had the Strife card here, Lover's card here, indolence, a high that's easily missed, followed by a sharp decline, right? And then we had the worry card, breaking down to and through a support level to meet a second support level, and then we do sideways rotation along that support, right? So that's kind of like what we've been doing now that we're in the 11 o'clock hour. This break here may likely be the resistance that's highlighted, or the critical price level. There's a big move just around midday. So in any case, I have a number 3 on my day trade counter, so I have to do some special maneuvers here. And being that I saw quite a bit of movement going on here today, it seemed like a good day to do it. So with the put, rather than me selling it and taking a 4th day trade, what I plan to do is sell a put against it. I have a 351 put, I'll sell 350 against it, get paid to put on the vertical put spread, and then depending on what I expect, I think probably I'm going to put on a long call around the same time. So there's a big move higher and a big move back down. Midday, looks like. But that indolence card, a lot of the times the indolence card, it's not always, but a lot of the times the indolence card is going to be a decline from a brief high that will be easily missed, and that price level of that brief high is a price level that's not revisited within the time frame of the reading. That's not always the case. I found that's about, like, let's say 70% of the time, roughly. But it's always going to be a brief high that's easily missed. That's the indolence card. And it lined up pretty well with this ruin here. So I plan to put on sell a 350, put against the 351, collect a credit for what should have been a debit spread. It's really cool to get paid to put on the spread. It's an out of the money spread, so we'd have to have a really big move if I expected to get paid on that spread. I don't necessarily, not for an October 21st expiration. But what I do expect to do is be able to buy back the short leg at some point for a much cheaper cost and take a profit there as well. But that 351 put that I purchased is looking like a really smart move right now. Anything you guys want me to take a look at? Got some more 10 years in the making here. BNB Binance Coin, BTBT I did. GME 10 years done. Solana, the crypto Sol, SOL, that's done as well. And there was one more. What was it? Did 5 of them last night. GME, Solana. Oh, SLGG. I did SLGG as well, all 10 years. So those will be coming out over the next few days. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'm totally screenshotting that. Well, I hope you get out of your funk, my man. Soon. I mean, you will get out of it. I just hope you get out of it soon. I've got a little testimonials out that I'm building with all these screenshots of these awesome comments that you guys leave. It's growing really fast, I gotta say. I don't get negative comments. Like I could probably count the negative comments that I've gotten on my hands since I've been doing this on YouTube. On my hands. Before that, I never got any negative comments. Nobody knew about me. But yeah, and all those negative comments are from somebody, like, well, minus one person, but he was just being a baby. Like, guys, if you trade like an idiot, or you trade like a dummy, like a new person, don't get pissed at me when you lose your money. Like, we're trading with tarot cards here. Nobody's gonna be like, well, that guy should have, it's just not gonna work that way. It's not how it works. So don't be sour. Like, everybody loses money at some point, and I warn everybody not to trade like I'm right all the time. So occasionally somebody does that and then they're pissed at me. It's not my fault. So, but again, like all of the negatives, they've always been from somebody who's like, oh, shut the fuck up, you don't know anything, on like let's say like an August 19th daily, and it's like August 17th. Like you couldn't even verify it yet. He was kind of cool though. I wish he would come back. I haven't seen him in a while. If he ever behaved like that again, though, I would block him immediately. I almost blocked him. You don't get unblocked when you're blocked by me. Just so you know, I'm a Cancer. I block you and you're gone for good. That's how Cancers are. Yeah, so this is definitely that resistance. I'm going to say that this is a critical price level right here, guys. I'm going to make this one thick, too. Because the science card is always a very significant price level. That's what the science card is all about. Oops. on this main chart here in order for it to stick around most of the time. So we have this Mercury retrograde period, the second shadow phase now completing, and you can see, guys, we follow the same pattern, right? There was a little bit of a swoop here, like a down to up, right? Which you see this long wick at the bottom of the green candlestick. That's a down to up, and then we had a sharp drop, right, deeper than that first down there. Sharp drop, and then towards the very end of that period, and by that period I mean between this line and this line, we had a little bit of a retracement back up, right? And we retraced basically back to where that first drop was, that swoop down and then back up. We retrace all the way back roughly to right there, right? And that's basically what we've got on our hands right now. So very, very similar patterns. What happens in the pre-shadow of a retrograde period provides a lot of information as to what will happen in the post-shadow. What happens in the pre-shadow, not just in the stock market, but in life, will be revisited in the post-shadow. And generally, you'll revisit the same issues, like more than one retrograde, like over several retrogrades, you'll revisit the same issues. So like, it's really important not to do something like get dental work during a retrograde, unless you like getting dental work done every 90 days for like a year and a half. You know, like, that's how it works. Is there a trade-off later in the day? Yeah, so midday, it's just, there's a lot going on here midday, so it's a little hard for me to determine exactly how, but I think probably what I'll do is midday, when we have this, there's a big move back up, right? So it's 11:30. mean, there's quite a few trade opportunities today based on the theme card being the Princess of Swords. We've got correlation first thing in the morning, we've got a correlation midday, and then we've got a correlation at the end of the day. Those are all opportunities to position oneself in both directions. Then around the high, we have an opportunity in a decline off of the high to open up a long position or open up a call position. So that means that we go higher than the high of today, probably on the 17th. So there's at the high there's a trade opportunity, and then midday we have the Ace of Discs as well. The Ace of Discs is what's kind of giving me a little bit of a hard time right now, because the Ace of Discs, like I said, it's not an easy card to read directionally speaking, or it hasn't been in the past, I should say. I'm getting better at determining these things. That's all we have. Yeah, it's doing there's like a big whipsaw midday. So if we get another drop down to here, like this price level, that'll give me enough of a profit on my 351 put that I'll be able to take in a credit for a vertical spread if I put on a 350, sell a 350 put against it, right? And then what'll happen is I'll ride that move up, buy another put, and then it'll drop again. And I'll likely do the same thing, and then I'll have doubled my contracts and got paid to do so. But you can only do that when there's a big move, right? When there's a big move. I may not get another opportunity, because now we're going into the 12 o'clock. There's a pop and drop there. We are bound by the range, and then the universal. I think we probably go lower. There's a pop, and then we go lower. What I'm planning on doing those, we open higher on Monday. You see there's this Ace of Wands energy here at the end of the day, and then it extends overnight, and it's also the same energy as the Princess of Wands. I'm sure you know that, Philip, but there's an opportunity there to sell a call, sell to close a call, sell to close a call, not sell a call, but sell to close a call here around the open. And buy a put again. Interesting. See, the high is nullified, and it's the science card. Oh. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to fall pretty hard towards the end of the day here, guys. Because we're going to open higher. We're going to open higher than where we closed today. We'll open higher on Monday. But the high for Monday is going to be the science card. My sense is that it's very likely this price level here that we just marked is a science card. And if that's the case, then that means we would have to fall pretty hard in order for us to rally back to the science card as a high and open higher on Monday than where we closed today, if that makes sense. That's deduction. That's deductive reasoning. That's like 90% of SO meta analysis, my friends. Yeah, you got it, my man. Philip, I wanted to ask you, there was a stock that you asked about yesterday. I forget which one it was. I was gonna do it last night, but I forgot which one it was because I have so many that are marked now as people requested. What do you remember what it was? there's a sharp drop coming, guys. The drop is not over, that's for sure. There may be a pop before that drop, but there's a sharp drop coming. I sense we close a lot lower than where we are right now. On the scale of a one-day chart, I mean a lot. FSR, okay, got you. You wanted a 10-year, right? I'll take care of it tonight. So, you guys have anything else that you want me to take a look at? I'm going to log for now, and then I'll hop back on when if things like change, they progress differently than I expect. Otherwise, I'll see you guys at 3 o'clock. Cool, you got it, man. I'll take care of it. I have to do the 10 years at night because that's when there isn't construction noise in the background. Because I record as I'm doing the spread, you know. Yeah, I pulled the Sun card. However, you know, the Sun card over a 10-year period, there could definitely be some other things going on there. But yeah, the Sun card is pretty significant to pull. And then I pulled the, just to verify just now, I pulled the Princess of Wands as a verification. Or not Princess of Wands, sorry, Prince of Wands. A rally that increases with momentum moving forward in time. So yeah, that's a pretty bullish one there. We're going to take a look at that. Another one that really impressed me, was like significantly on the list of 107 tickers that I have now. Another one that really significantly impressed me was Solana. That's like a buy and hold, like for the next 20 years. Like the next 20 years. The Solana reading's coming out probably early, like on Monday probably, or Sunday or Monday. Yeah, okay, so we're at 55 minutes. I'll give it a good hour. So at 5 minutes from now, I'm going to log. If you guys have any questions or anything, probably ask them now. And then I'll be back on at 3 o'clock unless things deviate from what my expectations are. But I usually hop on, you know, right as that happens. Getting close to that price level where I'm going to pop off a 350 put. I want to see 100%. Yeah, I'd like to see more than that.
See you later. Have a safe drive, Phil.
today. 3 pokes through the same price level and a sharp decline. We open higher on Monday, but we fall to and through a support level and then rotate along another support level. Looks like we've got that energy all like the next 2 days, but then the science card on the 19th